Okairi Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 1. There's a lot of bad in this first episode, but then again there is also some good in this episode. I mean, like, the first thing that is like pretty bad regarding this episode is the pacing. I feel like I'm watching a 2-hour movie being cut down into a 24 minutes episode. I was like, there's so many things that has been cut. They just skip through how Gira actually sneak into the throne room. That is like, what? That is what? How did he even do that? Okay, and I actually would love to see the first episode ended with the introduction of the Bugnarak Empire. I felt like that is gonna be way much more impactful. But then again, I understand they want to show the Ranger in the first episode. They want to show the Megazord in the first episode. They don't want to waste too much time like expanding the plot and all those stuff. They want to show us the good thing first to keep the audience hooked with the show. And I felt like if their intention is to do that, they did it, okay? Because what I saw, all the Ranger Henshin and all the Ranger have a different fighting style with one another. Some of them uses a shield and a sword. Some uses the shield as the bow, and then we also get to see one that just uses the shield to bash the enemy. Like, that is so cool, okay? Like, every rider have their own distinct fight style, and that is part of the reason why I actually really love watching Super Sentai series, because every single rider having a different fight style is something that I really love. And the last Super Sentai series I actually finished is actually the Gokaiger, and Gokaiger is subarashi. It is one of the best Super Sentai series in my opinion. But with that being said, this first episode of King-Ohger have other flaws as well, but the other flaws is kind of like still manageable. Like, there's like a lot of CG being used in the first episode, but then again, this is their plot, this is the premise of the show. So if they don't use so many CG, they are gonna waste so many money just to build the set of Shugodam, just to build the set for different country. It is gonna cost them a lot of money. So I understand why they actually use so many CG in the scene. And the second thing regarding the CG is that oh my god, there's so many copy paste crowd in the first few seconds of the series. I was like, god damn, there's like the crowd is like copy pasta one another, and we actually get to see repeated crowd being used in the background. But then again, once you get kind of like when you tune your mind out from the crowd, it actually doesn't really bother you, especially when the Five King actually make an appearance. Your attention is no longer at the crowd, because your attention is on the kings and the people that is following the king itself. So these are all really interesting stuff that we actually get to see from the episode. The CG is not the best, but you know what can I do about it? The copy pasta crowd, that is something that I cannot really complain as well, due to the budgeting that they have in the series itself. But the next thing I want to talk about is the good stuff, okay? The good stuff is the mech. The Megazord is actually useful for once in the series. We actually get to see them being used as their main transportation device or vehicle in the show, and that is so smart, because other than just using the Megazord as the final attack against the villain, against the monster, they actually uses the Megazord, the little mech that they have as their transportation vehicle. So smart. I really love that design, and I really love the idea. But I felt like the sound design in this first episode is a little bit lacking, especially after like we get to see the dragonfly fly away, and we cut to the scene where all of them are being together and they are rushing towards the Shugodam. For some weird reason, they play music, but they didn't add any sound effect for the dragonfly wing. They don't add any sound effect for the Kamakiri running on the ground. We don't add any sound effect for the bee flying, the papillon flying. There's no single sound effect at all. And even when the king like was walking through the crowd, at least give us the footstep. At least give us like tuk 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 tuk. If they only added that little detail in the sound editing, it is gonna be like so amazing, so much wow and all those stuff. But sadly, they didn't actually add that in the first episode. I'm not sure why, but I just feel, you know, it's a wasted opportunity. Okay, really wasted opportunity. But with that being said, I need to talk about the Bugnarak, because when the Bugnarak appears, holy shit, Shingeki no Kyojin vibe is so strong here in the first episode. I really hope they ended the first episode with the introduction of the Bugnarak, but they did not do that. Okay, if they just did that, just the Titan, the Bugnarak rush through the city, cause chaos all over the place, that is gonna be such an amazing way to end the first episode. But then again, like I said earlier on in the video, they want to sell the toy, they want to hook the audience with the introduction of the Megazord and the Ranger itself. So they can't actually do that in the first episode. But if it was me, I would actually do that, because it would actually sell this story to be more of a drama. They are not allowed to be slow at certain part, to really explore the character, really let you spend time with the character. And I feel like that is kind of like something that I really enjoy from certain anime. Like one of the anime that I watched recently that I really enjoy for some weird reason is Kaina, the Great Sea Warrior. Like I was watching the anime, I'm hooked. It is a really slow. I don't think it's a slow anime, but it is an anime that is CG animated. I was like, god damn, you know. But when I was watching it, I'm really hooked, because the storytelling, the pacing of the show is so good. I just, when the episode ended, I was like, god damn, is that it? I want to watch what happened in the next episode. And if like the Super Sentai series and even the Kamen Rider series are daring enough to actually slow down, let us spend some time with the character, I felt like it is gonna do much more good than bad towards the long run in the series itself. But with that being said, we need to talk about the plot, because oh my god, I really did not see this coming. When I was like making my video regarding Ohsama Sentai, I actually thought Gira is gonna be the prince of the Shogunam. It's gonna be the son of Reckless something. I forgot what is his name already. But yeah, I honestly thought that the Gira is gonna be the prince of Shugodam, but turns out he is just an orphan that was born in Shugodam. He was being raised up in an orphanage, and that is why we actually get to see him playing with so many kids there. And he also have kind of like a childhood crush, maybe a childhood friend or crush or girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. She looks amazing. Kogane is the reason why he even became a Red Ranger, because he rushed into the throne room, and while I was like demanding and like confronting the king, something like that. But I couldn't get my mind around like how did Gira actually enter the throne room. That is like, what? When I saw that, I was like, what? They immediately cut it that he enters the throne room from the ground floor. From the ground floor, he needs to take an elevator up to the upper level, go through an entire stretch of road, enter the building and find the throne room, and suddenly one scene later he's in the throne room. How the hell did that freaking happen? I don't know, but really crazy stuff. And speaking of that, okay, turns out the king is an evil freaking king. I really did not see this coming. I really did not expect them to show the supposed Red Ranger to be a villain, and it actually takes the kid, the Gira kid, to become the replacement of the evil king itself. So I am really curious to see how the story is gonna progress, because now that I'm gonna call the Shudogan king the Red King. Okay, so apparently the Red King wants to kill Gira for him snatching away the sword and resurrecting the god Kuwagata, something like that. So I'm really interested to see how the story is gonna progress, and I'm also really curious whether or not the Red King is actually the one that somehow find a way to awaken the Bugnarak Empire, something like that. Could he actually existed in their resurrection, or maybe I'm not sure. Okay, but his motive is to weaken the other nation, so that at the end of the day he can easily conquer the rest of the nation and fuse them under one nation called Sugar Dam, something like that. But that is the plot twist that I did not see coming. I actually first speculated that maybe it's gonna be kind of like a Black Panther situation where Gira is the ranger, but the Red King is still the king of the nation, something like that. But turns out there was nothing, not like that at all. Okay, not like that at all. But the second thing that really shocked me is how Gira is able to control, is able to summon the entire Megazord by himself. I was like, how the hell did he do that? Like, then what is the purpose of the rest of the Ranger if he himself can control the entire Megazord by himself? So I felt like because this is a story of 5 kings, so what are we gonna see here is like this Ranger is gonna take turn piloting the Megazord itself, or maybe once all 5 of them are in the Megazord, they are able to activate some sort of like stronger power. They're able to synchronize better, something like that. The Megazord, the King-Ohger, is gonna become stronger, maybe something like that. Okay, I am not sure how the story is gonna go, but really fun first episode. Just that there's a lot of downside in this first episode as well, and the CG is much wow. Okay, but I really love the character. All the character in the series is Sobarashi. Love the Black Ranger, like the king of the black nation is, what am I trying to say? The more I say, the more wrong it sounds. But Kaguragi, okay, the Hachi Ohsama, really love his style, really love his attitude, and god damn, the waifu Rika, waifu Papillon is spot on. Love her voice and love her posing. I'm not sure what else to say. I just love her. Okay, she is amazing. And Himeno Ran, the Yellow Ranger, she reminds me of a friend which I don't really like. I mean, she's a good friend, just that her attitude is kind of bossy, very hard to deal with. I don't like people like that, but so I don't know. That is all from me. Hope you enjoy this first episode review of King-Ohger. Honestly speaking, this is fun. Okay, this is really fun. But hopefully, second episode they're gonna slow down a bit, really show more character. Let us spend some time with the character. I think that will be really good. Hopefully we get a perspective from the evil side as well, the Empire of Bugnarak as well, to actually see whether or not they are actually the villain of the story or not, or maybe at the end of the day the villain of the story is gonna become is the Red King. Okay, it could actually be the Red King is gonna end up being the villain of the show rather than the Bugnarak itself. But that is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.